this to the point where he was willing to sacrifice his career to continue it. And by the end, no one was interested in that speech. No one really wanted to hear it. And I think that was sort of illustrative of he was still going, but nobody was listening.
And that was what happened in real life, no?
Right.
Yeah.
How much of the inquiry was actual verbatim dialogue?
All of it.
Yeah, I think we're at about 98%. Yeah.
Oh, it's more of a comment than a question, but I was really struck by the contemporary relevance
Yes.
of the political framing. That was kind of staggering, and also I thought it was really beautifully acted and directed.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
I love that about it too. It really is a times don't change message. It's about a Senate investigation that was shut down. And here we are.
A question for everyone that would like to answer. I was wondering if you could share any highlighted aspects of your experience in making this movie. Favorite moment, impactful moment, please go on.
When we did the water unit, I was in a wetsuit for about 2 weeks, and I would say it's probably physically the lowest point of my life. But no, I mean every set we went to was so unbelievably perfect for the film, and that was the reason why it took so long to make it. Was every location had to be perfect. We refused to. We refused to waver in so many ways where if something wasn't absolutely perfect for the film, we just simply wouldn't do it. So, I think almost every day that we showed up on set, it was another highlight and another day that you could be so proud of. That, I really just want to thank the three of you, because what you gave us in this film is so truly beautiful, and you handled the time and energy with such enormous grace that I can't ever thank the three of you enough. Really.
You go ahead, Connor. You were
Okay.
there longer than me. Oh, I was going to say.
I think it's a beautiful thing that the script did, and individually as the actor who was trying to portray Mr. Smith, Senator Smith, sorry, the way they wrote that the senator was practicing his summation with his wife at home was, I thought, a really smart choice, and allowed me to try to put into the character what I was hoping to do, which was find this politician for who he is when he's at home. Who's the guy? Who's the man inside the suit? And that really was beautifully written and allowed the character to be seen in the humanized way that I feel. Obviously didn't know him, but my idea of him was that he became a better man.
You can add something in too, Jane. I was going to say, I think we're all answering different questions, but I was going to say a cool thing about shooting this movie is it was all in these historical buildings in Pittsburgh, and in order to use them, we could only shoot at night. So we would get to work at like 9 p.m. and then wrap at 6, and you'd get to this small independent movie, and there'd be like 300 extras in period gear. I mean, it was amazing what these people pulled off. It feels like also a love letter to Pittsburgh and grit of independent filmmaking. I was really impressed by the whole thing. And cranky. I was bad at night shoots, but maybe less of a bitch. Now you say something.
I'll reiterate what you said about the Pittsburgh element. It did feel like being part of an extended family on set, and obviously this is a family affair for you, Cody and Brian and your uncle, but it really did feel like we were part of something special, and everyone was just so friendly and so lovely. And I felt like I was a queen on set. You know, can I get you into the nut? Because I was pregnant, but you know. Everyone was so lovely to me. I mean, one day, like, Brian, the producer, said, "Can I get you anything?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I can get my McFlurry," and he did. 10 minutes later, there was one in my hand. I was like, "That was a joke." Clearly, not a joke to him. In Pittsburgh, they're very kind. I mean, it was lovely. I think we maybe have time for one more question. Anyone? All right.
Quick question, I don't need a mic.
No,
Sorry. I was curious about, I know that you mentioned now several times that you filmed, everything was filmed in Pittsburgh. I'm curious about the water scenes, especially when you're talking about getting that waterlogged. Was that in a tank, or were you in the ocean, or a pool, or?
It was a Olympic-sized swimming pool that was shutting down.
Wow.
It was in Ligonier Beach. I think it was probably like an hour and a half outside of Pittsburgh. But we took the pool and we painted the entire thing black. We shot it at night over, I think, a 2-week period.
Yeah, beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
We built probably 3 or 4 stories of black scaffolding behind it to create a horizon line. And the most important thing to me was that when we were in the water, I wanted it to feel limitless. I wanted it to feel like it could just go on forever.
I think that was tremendous.
Thank you so much. Really, it's really kind. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that was difficult because it not only are you shooting in water with hundreds of extras and all the difficulties that come with that, it's a night shoot, a lot of extras in the water, but it was also storming for the entire time we were there. So I remember one moment where I was just sitting on the side of the pool, and it was raining like it is today, with thunder and lightning and everything, and we couldn't shoot because of the lightning. We had to shut down our generators. And I'm sitting there in a wetsuit, which I don't look good in. And I just thought, you know what, like, I tried my best. And, you know, like, my wife's still gonna be happy when I get home, and it's all gonna be okay. But then it worked out, actually, and we got everything we need.
One last part of that. How was the water temperature? Because I've talked to a lot of actors that spend a lot of time in ultimately very cold water.
We tried to keep it as warm as possible, but the rain was very cold.
So it was an outdoor pool?
It was an outdoor pool.
Oh, no kidding.
I remember saying to me, like, one of the actresses who showed up with she's the character she was trying to get her son onto the thing, and she said it was less so that, but more the fact that the depth of it was a lot more shallow than you think. And so she was kind of, like, it was trying to act like it was deeper than it was. That was more difficult.
I remember I was talking about this earlier. On the last day when we were filming that scene, I had been up for probably 24 hours, and it was so difficult, and so stressful, and the storms and everything. It was really going on forever, and we finally got it as the sun was coming up. And it was 2 weeks of very hard work finally paid off, and everybody was cheering, and I got out of the water, and I hadn't been eating enough or drinking enough water or anything, and I got out of the water and I fainted. So the costume designer caught me, Brittany, and Brittany wrapped me in blankets and everything, and I remember like coming to a couple seconds later, I was like, we got it, didn't we? Like, we did it, right? We did it. And but yeah, it was so dramatic. Yeah, it was so dramatic. Yeah.
Can I say something?
Yes.
Hi, my name is Angela, and I want to say thank you for bringing up the topic of immigration. Because, may I stand? Yes. Because my uncles were on that ship. They were Sebastiano and Alberto Paracchio. They were crew members in the a la carte restaurant. They were Italian. They came from Fabina, Alessandria. And they were considered, they had just served the Captain Smith in the a la carte the night of the sinking. It was his soiree, to his send-off, to send him on his retirement. The iceberg hit, and here they were feeling like the masters of the universe. Here they were coming to New York to open up a new restaurant, to have a new life, as well as the people with steerage. And they were told to stay in their cabins. They weren't even allowed to help. They weren't allowed to do anything because they were subcontractors, they were immigrants. They weren't even considered white. And they were my uncles. And they were 20 and 18 years old. Alberto celebrated his 20th birthday on Titanic. 2 days before the ship sailed, they broke out the china and had a birthday party for him. And the a la carte. And Sebastiano, he would have been 19 years old. But he died on April 15th, and on May 10th was his birthday. So I mean, bringing up the immigration, all they wanted was a new life. And yet they were told they were nothing. You know, even people. So to bring out that point, I thank you so very much, because it was something that needed to be told.
Thank you for
Your research, this book, I wrote about them.
What's it called?
It's called Titanic, The Brothers Paracchio, Two Boys in a Dream. It was their dream to come here. But not only, it took me 40 years to find information. And when I did, I had to write their story. But I thank you for bringing up that topic.
Thank you for sharing that. Your presence here is very important, so thank you.
Thank you. There are so many other, there are others too that are here.
Yes, I would just want to honor the descendants of family members that are here tonight. Will you all please stand up so we can just honor and give you a round of applause. Your presence here is extremely important. Thank you. Thank you very much.
What'd you say?
Grandmother survived?
Yes.
Wow.
How was it she survived? Your grandmother.
She was in third class and she was.
Can you wait for a mic?
Can you stand up?
Yes, the question is, how did her grandmother survive?
And hold the microphone close to your mouth.
We don't know an actual lot about it because she didn't really talk about it after. I never. She had passed away before. She died when she was quite young actually as well. All we know is that she was on, well, as far as we believe, she was on lifeboat 13. That was probably the second last lifeboat, probably leaves the Titanic, we believe. So she came ahead to New York. She stayed here for a couple of years, and then she actually went back to Ireland on a boat, which was amazing that she ever managed to get on another ship. So she married my grandfather, and then it was my dad and my aunt, and that's why I'm here too.
Thank you.
Well, guys, I would have a million more questions, but I know that we have to wrap this up. Can we just give one more round of applause for everyone being here, the cast, the research directors for sharing this really important story. Thank you so much. A quick photo.
I'm over here. Right here. Come over on this one. All right. Right there. Lovely. Thank you. Congratulations again. And
You are done with photos.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.